It's safe to say that Alita's popularity has grown even after the home media release. An army of sorts was born well after the movie released and has since then grown in tremendous numbers. For those who need reminding, we need to remember well that movies that aren't under a certain banner or a certain studio or a certain franchise sometimes struggle both critically and financially. Which is why I made a similar video about why it is important to let your voice be heard in regards to Alita earlier in the year. Too often there are those who are worried about the critical response that a movie receives and then choose not to see the film and instead overlook the movie because of what a critic has to say about the film. I've always been of the mindset that maybe the best idea is to see the movie for yourself and judge it on its own merits. But I guess in the end, there will be no way for us to debate, critique, bitch online, or discuss a film as opposed to just judging it ourselves. And where's the fun in that, right? Anyways, in regards to Alita, Alita ended up being my favorite female character of 2019, not only due to the earnest portrayal of Rosa Salazar, but due to the fact that her character inspired good and inspired courage the right way, and not the insanely overpowered just because way. She's always ready to do good and willing to step up to any challenge, no matter how big or how deadly, and doesn't shy away from a fight. She's a hell of a warrior. So going into Alita, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. Manga slash anime adaptations are typically hit or miss, much like video game adaptations, but Alita really brought it home. It grossed an impressive $404 million, mostly from overseas totals, against a $170 million budget. And it was clear that a sequel was being set up with the way the movie ended. With the Disney-Fox monopoly takeover no one asked for coming to fruition, this is rightfully and sadly put into question: is Alita's story going to continue? Disney has canceled a large portion of Fox's projects that were set to be in production, along with firing a lot of the former workers that were staffed at Fox. And Alita 2 was not officially announced, though there is certainly a high demand for continuation of Alita's story. Rosa Salazar is more than ready to continue playing the warrior, and she's not the only one who's inclined to see the story continue. John Landau helped to produce the film Alita Battle Angel, and he had this to recently say, and I quote, "What I think the Alita Army should do is keep peppering our family now at Disney and let them know how important it is to have another Alita movie, and hopefully we'll venture there one day." End quote. Philip Grouvet started a petition on change.org for Alita Battle Angel Part 2, and well over 100,000 people have signed. Shout out to Philip for being that change and not standing by and allowing Alita to be forgotten, like Mickey Mouse and Pluto would initially want us to. James Cameron did say that the next one would ideally be titled Alita Fallen Angel, and that a third will be Alita Avenging Angel. I sincerely hope that Rosa Salazar gets the opportunity to portray Alita again, and that her story continues, and that since Disney is in its era of girl power, hence the girl power scene in Endgame, that our Battle Angel gets more time to shine as well. I'm reminded of the timeline between Tron Legacy, the animated series on Disney XD that I haven't seen, and the trouble on getting Tron 3 off the ground. I'm reminded of all the stories that didn't get proper conclusions or that got rebooted, all because the studios that had these characters gave into their fear and decided to go the easier, safer route as opposed to taking time to get it right. I understand that business is business, but at the end of the day, creators have a responsibility and are usually the first ones we, the audience, choose to blame whenever something goes wrong. The difference here is that Alita has an army behind her, and many people are vocal about wanting her to get a sequel. Maybe she could get a trilogy and a spin-off series as well. Rosa Salazar's Alita is the hero we don't deserve, and the hero Disney doesn't deserve, but one I hope they bring back into the light, and that I hope doesn't take decades upon decades like the Avatar sequels and the Tron films either. Because after all, we just like nice things, and people who inspire courage are good, regardless of if they are male or female, no agenda necessary. To the Alita Army, keep up the good fight, show your support everywhere, and maybe introduce Alita to a person who may not have otherwise known about it, or perhaps overlooked the movie too.